I've seen the Zika news. It's not good. More than 500 Americans have reportedly been infected with the Zika virus while they've been traveling abroad, far higher than initial estimates. But now government officials are saying that virus-carrying mosquitoes will introduce Zika to the United States on their own in short order. How concerned should you be? Are there precautions you can take? Let's ask Erin Tolbert. She's an emergency nurse practitioner and founder of midlevalu.com. Welcome back. It's so good to have you.
Thanks for having me, Kennedy.
So let's talk about this a little bit. Is it easier to get a small business loan or to get infected by the Zika virus in this country?
Right. Well, it depends. You might put your money on Zika for that one. The virus is supposed to be arriving around June to October. So people who live in the southeastern United States, southwestern United States, along the New Mexico-U.S. border are going to want to watch out this summer.
All right, so we've got 279 confirmed cases in the United States and in U.S. territories of pregnant women who have the Zika virus. What can you possibly do if you're already pregnant and you are infected? I mean, that is so scary.
Right. It's really scary. And those cases that we're seeing, though, in pregnant women in the United States have happened because the woman has traveled abroad or the virus has been brought back to the pregnant woman and sexually transmitted by a male partner. So we've not seen active transmission here in the U.S.
Yeah.
So pregnant women need to avoid travel to these areas, and as the virus potentially comes to the U.S. this summer, they really need to take precautions to avoid A, sexual transmission, and B, being bitten by one of these mosquitoes that could potentially transmit the disease.
I mean, one thing you can do is wear insect repellent, and what that means is you should buy stock in Off and other insect repellent companies, because as it makes its way to the U.S., which I've always maintained, whether it's Ebola or Zika, if you bring it here, ingenuity and money and technology will create the ultimate intersection to either come up with a vaccine or some other form of eradication. And I still truly believe in American greatness and that we will put a stop to it.
Yes, certainly, and companies have really been capitalizing on this already. We've seen a lot of companies working on Zika testing. We really need an affordable Zika test at this point, and a lot of companies working on the vaccine. You know, the federal government does provide some funding for vaccine research, but companies really get the most funding from potential sales for these vaccines and from investors. And so we're seeing a lot of money being poured into the development of that vaccine. A lot of companies stand to really gain from this, and that's the silver lining here, is that because it does affect potentially so many people, there is a financial interest in moving forward with research and development.
That's absolutely right. The free market is a beautiful thing, and that's how you will eventually put an end to Zika. Either that or release those angry man-mosquitoes they've been talking about that are going to sterilize the females, and we all know the she-devil bugs are the ones who are causing all of the harm. Erin, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Very good.